the biggest challenge in here is the climate. Over there, it's like the summer is like 22 degrees or maybe least is 15 degrees.
Okay.
Like travel for 1 hour. One time I had to travel for 1 hour just to give my CV, my resume to the stores, but I didn't get back. I didn't get back any calls from them. Everywhere I went, they said like, yeah, we're not hiring, or maybe, and I have been lost many times here.
No.
Over here, I had to use the Google Maps for the first time in my life to just check the bus timings.
Okay. Hi there, this is Insane Harry, and today I have Shabnam Akhtar in front of me, and I will be asking her questions based on her 1 year experience in Canada as an international student. Okay, Shabnam, can you at first introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi there, I'm Shabnam Akhtar and I'm from Bahrain, and I came here in Canada exactly 1 year ago, last January 2024.
Okay, Shabnam, what were your expectations before arriving in Canada, and how did the reality you compare after a year here?
Well, it's like everyone, before coming here, I was very excited because I had heard many good things about Canada, including my brother who is already living in here. So I felt like the life would be very easy here, but in fact, it was very challenging. I really didn't know how challenging it would be because life was very easy back there, and I had to go through a lot of things to come here and wherever I am right now.
Okay, so you're still studying right now.
Yes, and
Okay.
still it's a lot.
Okay, so as you said, in your home country, Bahrain, it's so easy. So you find things hard to do here.
Yep.
So I will ask you a question that what was the hardest part about adjusting to life in Canada as an international student for you?
Yeah. So whoever is watching from Bahrain or from any Middle East countries, they know it. The biggest challenge in here is the climate. Over there, it's like the summer is like 22 degrees or maybe least is 15 degrees.
Okay.
But in here, it's like minus 15 degrees. Can you just imagine from positive 15 degree to minus 15 degree? It's really difficult for us. So that was the hardest thing that I have seen, including one of the other thing is that the traveling. Over there, we never take bus.
Yeah.
We never travel through bus. So over here, I had to use the Google Maps for the first time in my life to just check the bus timings.
Okay.
And I'm not used to it. And I have been lost many times here.
No.
I've took so many wrong buses, and I think many of the people can relate with me. I think many of the other country people also can relate with me in this scenario, in this scene. But yeah, that was the hardest thing.
Okay, glad to hear that. So, how did you deal with feelings of homesickness or being away from your family or friends? I know your brother still lives
Yeah.
here. You have a sense of support, but still, family is something different. So, what would you say?
So one of the thing is that I always stayed connected with them through calls and video calls. It's like the one of the important thing that like this was the best solution I could think of. Just call, but it wasn't enough. Obviously, it took me many months to get through it. But yeah, eventually I had to learn, and yeah, I have to overcome those feelings.
Okay.
It was hard.
So, we come to Canada to build our future, have a job, at first study, graduate, we work part-time. So how easy or difficult it was for you to find your first job in Canada as an international student?
Oh my God. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. It was very difficult. I had to sit at home for 8 months, and you guys might be thinking I didn't try. I tried really hard. I had to go to many places, like travel for 1 hour. One time I had to travel for 1 hour just to give my CV, my resume to the stores, but I didn't get back. I didn't get back any calls from them. Everywhere I went, they said like, yeah, we're not hiring, or maybe we are hiring. Just give me your resume and we'll get back to you. But nope, it didn't work for me.
They never get back.
They never called me back. So many times I met with the manager because my friends suggested me just go to the manager and talk to them. I talked with them. They gave me the same answer. Yeah, we're not hiring, or maybe we're hiring, just give me your resume. And they never called me back. So like I had to wait for 8 months, and then thankfully I got a job in McDonald's, and at the same time I got a job in the MSA for the Mohawk Student Association. So I'm grateful.
Awesome.
Hard work pays off.
Okay, it always pays off. Yeah. If there is a will, there is a way.
There is a way,
Yeah.
yes.
So, how has making friends or building a network been for you as an international student? And any tips for others how to make friends and make your connections?
Sure. Personally, my friends knows me as an extrovert, so yeah, it wasn't so difficult for me to make friends because Canadians are extremely friendly. But one of the tips I would give is that whenever you come here, just get involved into the campus life. Do volunteering or many other works so that you can become extrovert. To my introvert friends who find it really difficult to make friends, just talk to them. It's a totally different country and here no one judges you because everyone knows how difficult it is and everyone came from a different country. So everyone, even though I'm an extrovert, I sometimes found it hard to become friends with certain people. But then you just have to try it. No one judges you here, so I found it really easy. And the only suggestion I would give is that just get involved into the campus life. Everyone are friendly.
The best part, no one is going to judge us here.
No one is going to judge us here.
Whatever we can.
Yeah, everyone are friendly.
Okay, so what's the biggest lesson you have learned about yourself?
Yeah.
About after spending a year in Canada?
The biggest lesson is that I can be adaptable because back in home I was really dependent on my parents. Everything, like they used to spoon feed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
spoon feed.
Yeah. If I have to go somewhere, my father used to drive me there. I never took a bus.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I applied for the visa, I was kind of scared and excited at the same time because I knew it's a totally different country. Even though my brother is here, I have to do things alone.
Yeah.
So I never did things alone back home, like traveling or applying or anything or doing a job. I never did that. So I was kind of scared, but then I came here and I learned that I can actually adapt to things. It's like a totally different country, strange countries, but I got a job by myself. I studied here. I used to travel alone, so I know I can adapt to anything now. I'm confident now. So that's the biggest lesson I've learned.
Okay, so as in your study experience, do you think Canada provides enough job opportunities for international students to grow their career after graduation?
Yes, definitely. Canada does that because many programs offers postgraduate work permit. So it is really helpful for others who after completing the job, they can just apply for work permit. But one thing is that you have to constantly seek internships. It's not going to be that easy that you get it, but Canada does provide you with that because it has a really good job market. So whenever you finish your studies, you can get a good job.
So it depends on what program you are
Yes,
in.
so just enroll on those programs that can offer you postgraduate work permit, then you're good to go.
Okay, so the program you are studying right now, are you really excited to do that or is it just?
No, honestly, I'm excited to do that.
Awesome, that's what I get to know. Okay, so if you could give one piece of advice to someone thinking of studying abroad, what it would be?
I would suggest that you have to mentally prepare yourself. It is not that easy. Honestly, when I applied, I've been saying that a lot, but yeah, I'm just giving my honest review or anything, is that when I first applied, I was so excited, like I'm gonna do everything. Life's gonna be so easy because I lived in a country that made life so easy. It was a small country, you used to get everything, your family was around you. But it is not that easy here and you have to mentally prepare for yourself because I was in a state like 8 months when I had no job or anything and all my friends were working. I was so depressed. Even though my brother was there, he used to constantly tell me that it's going to be all right. Many of your friends is not finding your job. But for some of you, maybe not your family member will be here who can guide you or can give you that support. So you have to mentally prepare yourself. Even though I had a support, I was in a really bad state. So whenever you decide to come here, just mentally prepare yourself. There will be many things you have to face here, but you have to remember that it is life. You have to learn from it. Just remember that. That's what got me through those situations.
Okay, so hard journey here.
Very hard journey
We
here.
all do have. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but it is.
It is.
It is.
In the end.
Everyone, you just ask this question to anyone, you're gonna get the same answer.
Yeah.
It is really tough here.
Okay, so
But it's worth it.
okay, yeah, obviously it's worth it. So, would you allow your younger self to move to Canada? Yes or no, and why?
Yes, definitely yes.
Definitely? Okay.
Definitely yes. Even though it was really hard, but it taught me a lot of lessons. If I had stayed there, I would have thought life is very easy and everything it was so easy for me. I would have learned anything. And suppose one day I had to come here, then it would be very tough for me. So I think it's the best decision I did, that I came here, that made me mentally like prepared for everything. Now I know if anything comes to my way, I know I can deal with it because I have dealt with many things over here. So I would definitely come here.
Independent.
Yes.
Okay, so if you could go back in time, would you still choose Canada or any other country?
Canada, definitely
Canada?
Canada.
Okay.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
I don't know, I have a special attachment to that country, to this country. Ever since I was really young, I had a feeling of coming to Canada. I know many people have a dream of going to USA or UK, but for me Canada is like in the middle, you know. People are extremely friendly. I know the climate is really bad, but the thing is, it is adjustable. You can come here, you can see many of the familiar faces. They will help you. Canadians really are helpful. But in case of USA, yeah, obviously they are good as well. But if you ask any US people, like the people who are already there, they will say Canada is much better than USA because they are really helpful.
Yeah.
It's nice and everything is good.
Okay. So there have been several rule changes in recent years for international students in Canada, like work hour changes, study permit extensions, and PR pathways. And in addition, we have to give IELTS also and get a CLB 5 to apply for our work permit. Do you think these changes are helpful or make things harder for us?
Yeah, no. I
No?
think it is really difficult for us because I've seen many of the people, like even those rules were published before, like 2 or 3 years ago. Many of my cousins applied for PR and they're doing good jobs. So one of the time their PR got rejected. So I think about it, at that time it was so difficult. Now with these rules, it's gonna be very much difficult. Even though if you're doing good job and you got a good degree, it's gonna be difficult for us now.
Okay, so and about IELTS, so obviously you will be also applying for the postgraduate work permit.
Yes.
And you have to also score CLB 5. So do you think does it make sense spending $400 just for this CLB 5? So it's so do you think does it make any sense?
No, for me it doesn't make any sense. I mean, like, you obviously know that you are studying here for 1.5 years. Obviously, your English is good. So what's the use of applying for work permit? I mean, it makes sense for PR, but I don't think it's like spending more money. Even like the children are spending a lot of money on education, and now they have to pay for the IELTS as well. It doesn't make sense for me.
Okay, so we all have our long-term plans. Okay, so these recent changes had affected your plans.
Yes, it
Yes.
did. I had a lot of plans, but now it's cut short because now we have to focus on many other things. Before I thought I'm gonna get work permit and then gonna wait for 1 year and start like searching for jobs that are really good. But now I have to focus it like after I graduate, I get my work permit. I have to start searching for a really good job, and it's gonna be difficult because you never know if my job is gonna qualify for the PR, since the rules are coming and coming. You don't know what will happen in the future. Maybe you're working for 1 year and then another rule comes like, nope, you have to go for another job to apply for PR. So it's gonna be risky.
Okay, so for the last question, any tips or advice you would like to give to our audience who are here in Canada or will be coming to Canada in future?
Well, the tips, I don't know if I have to give to the people already in Canada, because every one of us by now knows everything. So they have dealt with the situation that I'm dealing with or have dealt before, like the job or the studies or doing the assignments or like balancing both studies and the assignments. So they relate with me. So I don't think the current students should get an advice, but the future students, only one word: you have to mentally be prepared for this. I know it's scary, but don't be. It's all worth it. It's all worth it at the end. Just be prepared and come here. Life is good here. maybe you have to go through the challenges, but it only makes us independent, because you can't be dependent on on everything all the time. So you have to become independent. So yeah.
Thank you, Shabnam. I'm glad you had taken your time and had a brief interview with me, sharing your experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harvey, for having me. It was so great to have a talk with you.